Welcome to another episode of Discover St. Cloud, Florida. I'm Krista McCary, and I'm here with your host,
Janine Corcoran, broker for Corcoran Connect, a real estate company.
So we're a day late. Sorry about that on the market report.
Technical difficulties. Sorry about that.
Yeah. But anyway, so here we are with your monthly market report with the sales for August of 2023.
So let's hop into 34769, which is in St. Cloud, downtown area. We had 25 homes that sold with an average price per square foot of 220.70. Out of those, 22 of them were single stories. 22 of them were single stories. I just said that. Smack. Wake up for coffee. And the price per square foot is 224.01. And two on the two stories, three of them sold 196.36. So that was for 34769.
Yep. And so overall price per square foot, month over month is down a little bit. It was 228.63 in July. And year over year, it's down 5.74% at 234.14 was what it was. And now it's obviously your average at 220.70. Your median days to contract was 22. And then your median days to close is 54.
Oh, wow.
So about a month to get under contract, 3 weeks to get under contract, and then, close to 2 months to close. And currently with the active homes on the market, there's 49 active homes, 25 sold. So you're looking at about a 2-month supply in 34769, which isn't surprising because that's the lowest.
Yeah, it goes so quick.
Price point.
Yeah. They're usually lower price homes and they go quickly. That's for sure.
Yep.
So then we go on to 34771, where 91 homes sold. Out of that, 65 of them were single stories at 248.89 price per square foot. And out of the two stories, there were 26 at 199.31. How do we look?
So your price per square foot average is 234.72. So month over month, you're up 5.61% in 34771. Up from 222.25 in July. And then you're also up 5.97% year over year. So that was 221.51 back in August of 2022. So you're up, 5.97% there. Your median days to contract is 48 days, and that excludes all new builds. So we don't, when we use those dates, we only use resales. And then 78 days to close. And currently there's 240 active homes in the MLS with 91 sold. That brings you to a 2.6 month supply.
Oh, wow.
So
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Then we move on to 34772, where 61 homes sold, and out of those 61, 224.08 price per square foot. 47 of them were single-story homes at 239.44 price per square foot, and 14 of them were two stories at 172.51.
And so your averages here, your price per square foot, of course, is 224.08. So month over month, you're up 3.6%. And then year over year, you're technically down 0.35%, but I mean, we're splitting hairs here. It was 224.86. So we're, 78 cents per square foot less than a year ago. So pretty much the same as 1 year ago. Your median days to contract is 18. And then the median days to close is 52. And with 190 homes on the market currently in 34772 and 61 sold, you're looking at like a 3.1 month supply there.
Oh, wow.
So everything's still low inventory.
That's for sure. Okay, so then we have 34773, which includes Harmony, of course, and we only had
7.
Okay, that was okay. Because I was looking at the report and I'm like, I was like,
Where's the rest?
we only, yeah. So we had 7 homes that sold. Of all 7, they came out to 213.90 price per square foot. Out of that, there were 4 single-story homes at 224.85 price per square foot, and then we had 3 homes at 199.31.
And so your month over month averages, again, this is so hard because it's such a small sample size. So this is where you're going to see the biggest swings month to month. But your month over month averages, you're actually up 14.32% price per square foot. But then year over year, you're down 0.38%. So it's maybe last month, July, was an outlier. Maybe we had more custom homes. Like, we'd have to dig into why there was such a big swing in.
And then what about inventory? Like, it seems like it would take a lot longer.
It does. So right now there's 50 homes on the market with 7 sold. That brings you to a 7.1 month supply, which is the highest we've seen in a long time. So we're, there's quite a bit of inventory, and that includes the 2 new subdivisions, right? We have Harmony Central, and then you have Harmony West that are still building. So if those homes are listed in the MLS as well, they're counting as available inventory. So quite a bit going on out here in terms of, I feel like also the ratios from existing homes that are on, that are available to be sold versus like the new stuff that's coming out. Like there's way more new construction.
Oh yeah,
so
always, yeah.
I feel like that's not necessarily a fair comparison, but hey, it is what it is. It's 34773's data. And for your median days to contract, you're looking at 37 days to get under contract. So it's a little over a month. And then 77 days to close. So yep, it's a little bit longer out in 34773. And it looks like there's, more options for buyers in that zip code too.
So then we go on to vacant land. It looks like we had 13 properties that sold, or 13 parcels that sold. And of that, it looks like, I'm trying to look and see which one was the highest one, sold at 330, and that was 1.9 acres, and that was on Waterfield Way. That's that subdivision when you turn on Pine off of 192.
Okay, I was wondering where that was.
Yeah, so that was sold for 330. And the lowest one that sold, it looks like it was on Pierre, if I'm not mistaken. It was listed for $43,000 and sold for $25,000, and that was 1.60 acres.
Okay, that's very interesting. So yeah, not a ton of land sales. There's going on out there. Really, I feel like maybe all the big land
Deals are gone.
Yeah,
or under contract, I should say.
All right, and then you have Harmony for us, right?
Harmony for August. So we had again 7 sales. We had 2 in Ashley Park. They were both, one was a townhouse, one was a condo. And then we had 2 resales. Let's go to the custom homes. We only had 1 custom home, and the price per square foot was $201.04. The Enclaves had one at, looks like a little bit more. That was a 1-story at $246.52. And then the Lakes, a 55 and older, they had 1 sale at $183.26 price per square foot. Then we had, and now we're starting to separate Harmony West and Harmony Central, because we're starting to see sales in that. So Harmony West, the price per square foot average was $234.21. Harmony Central, looks like the average was around $185.
Okay, very interesting. And so those must be all the Adams homes that are closing first, right?
Yeah.
Because I think out in Harmony Central is Adams Homes and Miranda.
Yeah, and you know what's interesting about Harmony Central? They have a street called Sage Field.
Yes.
And so we have sagebrush in the 55 and older. And then I actually had to look up something like Harmony West. I've been getting all their names, but then all of a sudden I'm like, and then what about this one? Swooping Sparrow. Anyway, I'm just saying.
Hey, it kind of sounds like Wingspan.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, it's quite interesting, but that's good.
Yep, it is. It is. And it's funny you say that, because I used to just like look, and anytime I saw sage, I would just be like, 55 and older, 55 and older. But now I'm going to have to actually look, is it sagebrush or sage field or, anyway, so that's good. But, it seems like things are still chugging along. A lot of low inventory in most areas. I think 34773 has the highest amount of inventory. So I'll be curious to see how the rest of the year goes. I mean, this is...
Yep, with interest rates still in the 7s, just hanging in there. And
I know. Any like chance?
Listen, folks, the 2 and 3s, that's a pass.
Right.
But who knows?
I'd settle for 4s and 5s.
Yeah,
I'd settle right now.
6.
I'd settle for 6.
Yeah.
I'd go for a low 6 would be nice. I think would be helpful, because I started talking to some first time buyers recently, and it's just like, in order to get their payments where they would need to be, they'd have to be at like $200,000, and what can you get for that? Like, can't even get a manufactured home anymore, like, for that. So, anyway.
But just remember, back in the 80s, the interest rates were 17, 18%. I remember that. I lived through that. I was an adult.
Right. But okay, so then talk to us about that, because so what happens? Like, people were still able to afford.
Yeah, people still buy real estate.
Right, but they were still able to afford that at the price points that the homes were at. Right. Like, were the house prices also like record highs? At that price point, because like I get that the interest rates are high, but usually if like in terms of people buying a house, right, you would think that they're, at least when I make purchases, because if I'm going to buy a car, if I'm going to buy a house, which we had to buy a car recently and that was no fun. But like the price of the actual asset wasn't as much of a difference as what it was going to cost me a month, right?
Oh, yeah. So
You know?
that's a really good question. Maybe I can call up Aunt Barbara and ask her because she was
to
actually
overcome
doing
it.
real estate during that time. I
Right.
was just a young adult working.
You're
so
like 18%.
yeah, I was like, I'm not buying a car.
I know.
18% interest. It was crazy.
I know. And I have really good credit, and my car rate was still almost 6%. And I'm talking like a month ago. And like, I'm just like, I haven't had a rate that high since like I had bad credit 10 years ago or 15 years ago. You know what I mean? So
Maybe I should start loaning money. Then I can make some money on.
you can, because interest rates are ridiculous.
I'll give you a car. What was your car loan? You had a good.
It's almost 6%.
Oh,
It was
wow.
like high fives. I forget what it ended up at. You know, the
I
final.
wonder what
being,
someone with
but-
a low credit rate would get.
Oh, they quoted me at the 30-day average of buyers in the car market, and they were quoting me at 10%. 10% was the average for that particular dealership that I was at for that car. So, hey, if there's any car salesman out there, you know, you work at a dealership and you got something better, like definitely let us know, because I think that, you know, the rates are high there too. That's painful. So I'm like, you know, that'll go in first before my car that we bought a couple years ago with a 2% interest rate. We'll pay off this high one first. But anyway, it is what it is. But anyway, so hopefully we'll see. We'll have to see. We should have a, ooh, did I do that? Oh,
did
that's
that.
okay. Did I? Yeah.
I got the button.
We'll have to see. Maybe we'll have a mortgage lender on.
Oh, that'd be
You
good
should bring
idea.
somebody in
Yeah.
next market report and bring somebody in to kind of give us an idea of like, and what predictions are for,
That's a really good idea.
you know, or creative ways to get around it, because I'm not saying that like it's impossible, right?
No, but the creative ways would be good.
Right.
And they're coming out with all different kinds of programs and things like that. So buyers, don't be afraid. I
Right.
mean, at least make the phone call.
Right.
You know, you
And
don't know what you don't know.
That's exactly what happened with the first time buyers I was working with, was just, you know, like, let's find out where you are and what we would need to do to get you to where you need to be. So if it's, you know, you need to make X amount of dollars more per month, like, or whatever, you know,
Right.
if we had a bigger down payment, if you asked for closing cost concessions, like, how can we get you to where you need
We're
to be?
doing the same thing. We if we see investments, we're like, oh, maybe that'd be good to buy. We don't even think about the rates.
Right.
We just say, okay. We go to the mortgage lender. We said, okay, with investing 25% down, what do our numbers look like? We call the insurance company. We say how much. You know, we tell
Right.
them the scenario, new roof, this and that. Give us a high, give us a low.
Right.
So we have all the numbers.
Right.
And then we go, oh, well, this one doesn't work because we can only get this much rent. But
Right.
okay, well, we'll look at we don't even think about the interest rates.
Right.
You
Right.
just have to see if you could do it.
Right, if the cash flow works.
Yeah.
So anyway, all good things here, but crazy to see still really low numbers, still gains in price per square foot in
Yep.
quite a few of the zip codes. And so we'll be interested to see how their year finishes
Yes.
out. And I'm excited. Let's bring somebody on next time.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I will do that.
Yeah, that sounds good. All right. Well, thanks so much for watching us. Remember, you can find us on any of your favorite podcast platforms. You can listen to us, and you can also find us online.
Yep, you can find us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. What is
Yeah.
it called? X now?
I don't know.
X marks the spot. I'm still not used to that.
I
Anyway,
know.
okay.
It'll forever be Twitter in my heart.
Yes.
And you can also, if you have any questions, comments, hey, if you are a new car dealership and you want to tell us that I got a really crummy rate with really, really great credit, then actually hold that. Don't send it to me. Send it to her. No, I'm just kidding. You can send us an email at discoverstcloud@gmail.com, or you can give us a call,
At 1-844 St. Cloud. That's STCLOUD.
and we will see you in a couple weeks with your events.
Yep.
Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next episode.